The Philippines, an archipelago of over 7,000 islands, is silently emerging as a beacon of economic growth in Southeast Asia. Economists forecast that Philippines is on track to become $1 trillion economy by 2033. The Philippines economy is set to grow significantly, with its total GDP expected to double from $400 billion in 2022 to $800 billion by 2030. This rapid growth will largely be driven by a surge in private consumption, supported by rising urban household incomes. By 2033, the Philippines is projected to join the ranks of Asia-Pacific's trillion-dollar economies, alongside countries like China, Japan, India, and South Korea. As the economy expands, per capita GDP is anticipated to reach $6,200 by 2030, boosting the domestic consumer market and attracting both foreign and local investments across various sectors. In addition, a young, vibrant, and affordable workforce has positioned the Philippines itself as a key player in the global outsourcing and technology sectors. In general, Filipinos are a bunch of hardworking people who are passionate about their work. A strong sense of family is deeply ingrained in Filipino culture, where individuals work diligently to provide financial support for their loved ones, aiming to ensure a more comfortable and secure life for them. According to the Central Bank of the Philippines, in 2023 alone, overseas, Filipino workers sent $37.2 billion in remittances to their loved ones, which contributes significantly to the Philippine economy. While the country is set for economic success, some core problems of the people might be brushed under the rug. Can the Philippines truly become a trillion-dollar economy while addressing systemic issues? Come, let's find out in this video. Welcome to Rich Insider. If you're new here, do subscribe to our channel to stay connected for all our latest updates. So far, 2024 has been a great year for the Philippines. In the second quarter of 2024, the Philippine economy grew by 6.3% year-on-year, driven by key sectors like construction, retail, and financial services. Industry and services sectors also showed strong performance, while agriculture experienced a slight decline. On the demand side, household consumption remained a major contributor to growth, alongside significant government spending and strong capital investments. Additionally, both exports and imports of goods and services saw moderate increases. The country's gross national income also grew, boosted by a substantial rise in income from overseas. Overall, the data highlights continued resilience and expansion in multiple areas of the economy. But what made this possible for the Philippines? One of the key reasons of its economic boom is driven by its burgeoning outsourcing industry. From call centers to software development, the country is a global hub for business process outsourcing. This sector has created millions of jobs and injected billions into the economy. Remittances from overseas Filipino workers also play a crucial role, sending billions back home, thereby boosting domestic activity. The Philippines has also seen a surge in technology startups and innovation, but there are significant problems that the country must not overlook, because increasing social and governance issues can easily lock the country in the middle-income trap. In order to grasp the current complexities of the Philippines, one must understand its tumultuous past. Centuries of Spanish and American colonization have left an indelible mark on the country's social fabric and political landscape. The Spanish introduced Christianity and a feudal system concentrating land ownership in elite families. When the US overtook from Spanish rule in 1898, American rule brought liberal democracy but entrenched economic dependence on the United States. Among other things, Americans also brought English language to the Philippines, which has come to use in today's globalized economy. This colonial legacy casts a long shadow seen in today's income inequality and corruption. The Philippines' colonial past continues to shape its present and influence its future. In recent years, the Philippines has witnessed a surge in investment from US tech giants like Google, Facebook, and Amazon. Drawn by the country's low labor costs, English proficiency, and growing pool of tech talent, these companies have established a significant presence, particularly in the BPO and IT sectors. While this influx of foreign investment has created jobs and boosted the economy, it has also raised concerns about the country's growing reliance on foreign entities. Critics argue that the presence of these tech behemoths could stifle local innovation and perpetuate a cycle of dependency. Moreover, the influx of foreign capital has contributed to rising property prices and living costs in major cities like Manila, making it increasingly difficult for ordinary Filipinos to afford basic necessities. The question remains whether the benefits of this tech boom outweigh the potential drawbacks. US tech giants are flocking to the Philippines, bringing jobs and investment, but also raising concerns about the country's dependency and affordability. The Philippines' economic rise has undoubtedly brought about tangible benefits for many. Poverty rates have declined, access to education and healthcare has improved, and a burgeoning middle class is driving consumer spending. However, this prosperity has not been evenly distributed, and deep-seated inequalities persist. The gap between the rich and the poor remains vast, with a small elite controlling a disproportionate share of the country's wealth. This disparity is evident in everything from access to quality education and healthcare to opportunities for upward mobility. Moreover, the rapid pace of economic growth has come at a cost. Environmental degradation, traffic congestion, and a decline in the quality of life in urban centers are just some of the challenges that accompany rapid development. The Philippines' economic growth has brought progress but also exacerbated inequalities. One of the most pressing economic challenges facing the Philippines is its persistent trade deficit. The country imports significantly more goods and services than it exports, resulting in a net outflow of capital. This imbalance is driven by a number of factors, including the country's reliance on imported oil and raw materials, as well as its growing appetite for consumer goods. The trade deficit has several negative implications for the Philippine economy. It can weaken the value of the Philippine peso, making imports more expensive and fueling inflation. It can also lead to a decline in foreign exchange reserves, making it more difficult for the country to service its foreign debt. Addressing the trade deficit will require a multi-pronged approach, including boosting domestic manufacturing, promoting exports, and reducing reliance on imported goods. Failure to address this issue could undermine the country's long-term economic stability. The Philippines' trade deficit poses a significant challenge, potentially undermining its economic stability if not addressed. While the Philippines' economic indicators may paint a rosy picture, a closer look reveals deep-seated challenges that threaten to derail its progress. Corruption remains endemic, eroding public trust, discouraging foreign investment, and hindering economic development. Despite efforts to combat graft, it remains a persistent problem at all levels of government. Income inequality, a legacy of its colonial past, continues to plague Philippine society. A small elite controls a disproportionate share of the country's wealth, while millions struggle to make ends meet. This disparity fuels social unrest, hinders poverty reduction efforts, and creates a breeding ground for crime and instability. Furthermore, the Philippines continues to grapple with a brain drain as highly skilled professionals seek better opportunities abroad. Doctors, nurses, engineers, and IT specialists are lured away by higher salaries and better living conditions, depriving the country of much-needed talent and expertise. Corruption, inequality, and brain drain are serious challenges that could undermine the Philippines' economic progress. The Philippines stands at a crossroads. Its economy is on the rise, fueled by a young workforce, a growing middle class, and a burgeoning tech sector. However, deep-seated challenges like corruption, inequality, and a persistent trade deficit threaten to derail its progress. The question is whether the Philippines can maintain its economic momentum while addressing these systemic issues. Can it create a more equitable society where the benefits of growth are shared by all? Can it tackle corruption and strengthen its institutions to create a more stable and prosperous future? The answers to these questions will determine the future of the Philippines and its people. The stakes are high, and the time for action is now. The Philippines must find a way to balance its economic growth with addressing its deep-rooted challenges to secure a sustainable future. The Philippines carries the weight of its history, marked by colonization, inequality, and political turmoil, yet it also possesses an indomitable spirit, a vibrant culture, and a youthful population eager to embrace the future. The challenge lies in harnessing this potential, in learning from the past while building a more just and prosperous tomorrow. The path ahead for the Philippines will not be easy. It will require difficult decisions, sacrifices, and a collective commitment to national development. But the rewards are immense. A Philippines where every citizen has the opportunity to thrive, where corruption is a relic of the past, and where the benefits of growth are shared by all. The Philippines must balance the weight of its past with the promise of its future, making tough choices to create a brighter tomorrow for all. Will the Philippines succumb to the challenges that have long plagued its development, or will it seize the opportunity to forge a new path, one marked by inclusivity, sustainability, and shared prosperity? The world is watching, eager to witness the next chapter in the Philippines' remarkable story. What are your thoughts about the future of Philippines? Will it really become a trillion-dollar economy? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, take care.